Welcome back to Dark Souls 2. I am Alex, also known as Solanus Dracone, and with me, as usual, Alexander the Limey Whimsy. Hi, Whimsy.
Hello.
Hi there. So, today we're going to be trying to do a practical thing, which is to go and get Gavlan, which we've still got to go through this horrible, frightening forest of evil to do that, so do believe that's this door up here. So we're going to take on the Forlorn Woods. I think that's what it's called.
Yes, this bit doesn't need to be as scary as people make it out. There is an exploit to use, as you well know.
Is there? I keep forgetting.
Well, I will tell you when we're there.
Alrighty. So, up approach here. We've got what's his face of that place he's from.
Ben Hart is Jugo.
Yes. Have you business with me? Okay, piss off. Anyways, so, as I understand, you can bait out some of the fuckers here.
You can. That is the exploit, because if you open the main door, they will all come out and rush you at once.
Which is absolutely terrible, like 40 cakes bad. Oh god, that's the problem with greatswords. You can't get an easy lock on things.
It's the ones on the top floor you want to use a bow to shoot, because if you break one door down, they will all rush you.
Absolutely. So,
Which is desirable before you get locked in.
absolutely. Now, since I have learned my lesson and realized that it's vitality in this case, not endurance, that raises your equipment load, that's going to be a focus for right now, because this being a heavy, I need to be able to get some armor together. So I have plenty of arrows to deal with this situation here. And I'm going to try to demolish this door. And that does attract this nutsack goblin fuck.
It attracts them all, so be careful.
Yes, it does. And I think now would be a good time to back out and choke them into a funnel point here. My god, why does it do that? So, it's a bit of a sploit. I mean, I wouldn't call this a sploit so much as I would just, God, look at all these fucking dead people. I wouldn't call it an exploit as much as just, knowing how the game plays. You come into an enclosed room like this, what do you expect in Dark Souls?
Yeah, you're not cheating as such, you're just taking advantage of how the enemy behaves.
Exactly, you're keeping track of smartness. So we got the statue of the young girl here, and she spends an inordinate amount of time breathing and coughing and just generally being disagreeable.
Well, they say that the fragrant branch of yore is quite sickly.
I bet, but I'm wondering, if being a statue is contributing to this as well.
Nobody else coughs quite as much.
That's true. Of course, most of the people we unlock are hollows in this.
Mm.
They're not in much position to give a shit. Alright, I'm too petrified, da-da-do-do-do. Razabeth. Alright, gives us a prism stone, which is completely and totally useless.
I think she was meant to give you the pyromancy flame originally.
Yep, she was, I think. We're gonna give her something to wear, so you know what? Let's give her...
Give her the ironclad stuff, that's funny.
No, I want to give her naked armor.
Oh.
Gonna give her the armor that lets us see through all her curves. And of course, if you want to buy stuff, she sells pyromancy-related things, and also bonfire aesthetics, mostly resistance stuff, really. Here's all the pyromancy spells she sells. I've never done a pyro bro successfully.
I've never done one, it just never appealed to me.
It's very powerful for PvP, but I'm not that kind of asshole.
And I don't really care about PvP.
Yep.
It's something I tolerate for the sake of the people who do enjoy it, but it's not something I ever seek out.
So when you pull that switch, this door closes and all the other doors will burst open, and then this motherfucker right here, who just seems to ignore Rosabeth for some reason. Hello. God damn it. I got him, but it's just such an annoyance that they put that kind of a problem in front of you where the great sword is just aimed randomly in some direction.
Never liked the great sword for that reason. It's just too stupid.
It really is. It's more of a pain than a help, but at this point I'm committed. And I got a new bonfire, so that's good. And of course there can be treats in these rooms. I am just bad at analog, I guess. Let's just open the rooms up, and hello, nutsack goblin. Seriously. Locked on, and still swinging to the left of him. What do we got? Think carefully and then pointless. Yep. That's life in general, though, isn't it?
Yep, life is meaningless and everything dies.
And if you're unlucky, you continue to die and die and die. Of course, this room is pretty much a mirror image of the other room as far as it's a trap. So if you open up the gate from this side, you're going to have to deal with these guys as well as a basilisk in the room. So try to only ever come here once if you can manage it. God damn. Now this is more so than before. This is even worse than regular base Dark Souls 2. Oh, except there's this, it's like a Gyrim in here. Ooh. Yeah, that's a Gyrim, alright. Alright. I think it would be in my best interest. See, this is new. There's not normally a Gyrim here. Ow.
Yeah, be careful.
It's in my best interest for right now, I think, to just kind of, you know, rock the shield for a bit and one hand the sword. So now that I've gotten this section cleared out for what it's worth, let's press on.
I think it would be more in your best interest to have a horizontal moveset, so maybe you should two-hand the sword.
Well, I can horizontal moveset this right here.
Oh, okay, well, that's fine then.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about, and then I can vertical it this way. It's extremely slow, but you can wait for an opening in the enemy. There are so many messages. Let's see what these are all about. Keep moving. Be wary of message, be wary of message, 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 pointless message, 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 message. Oh, composure. Okay. So many messages about messages.
You know, people have been worried about Dark Souls 3 not being a huge connected world, but when you think about it, Dark Souls 2 wasn't either.
No, and I hated that.
No, but the only one that really was Dark Souls 1.
And that's kind of why it's still a beloved fan favorite, really. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are strong adherents to Dark Souls 2, but I don't know, it felt like they were trying to do Demon Souls over again in a certain way, and I don't really feel like it worked out great.
Well, with Dark Souls 1, the only problem was that when you do have that huge interconnected world, you're kind of limited.
How so?
I mean, and even then, it wasn't totally without connections, because you had to get a gargoyle lift to Anor Londo for a start. You couldn't walk there.
Ah, that's true. It was a separate zone unto itself, indeed. But that was...
It did exist in the same loading area, but fair enough. But you couldn't walk from one end to the other. So, you know, there were places like that.
And honestly, I can kind of have respect for the fact that they were trying to conserve some of the RAM requirements on that. Because, you know, if you have one great big constant loading zone.
Well, look at it this way. If Dark Souls 3 is divided into all different sorts of zones, then you've got all different sorts of zones that are big connected worlds unto themselves.
right? But is that within the scope of the systems that they're going to be placed upon, I suppose. Big group of enemies here. My winging of the bombs is a little bit shite.
Well,
But,
5 years have passed, so I'd imagine that it would be an increase in size of a Dark Souls 1 at the very least.
well, the problem is that we're working with the PS4 now. Not to put too fine a point on it, but your microphone is dicking around right now. You're still audible, but this is a precursor to us having issues. So,
Oh
I don't
dear.
know. I don't know what it is. Just for some reason, your USB and your headset, they don't get along great.
It happens now and then.
Yep, fair enough.
What's it doing?
You're still audible. It's just you sound a tiny bit fuzzy, but that's okay. All right,
Should
so
I restart?
no, leave it be. I'm tired of cutting this shit. All right, so our first little mega waypoint here, and it is a good one. And let's see, I could go ahead and I think they got one of those special rings of you don't lose your shit in on the left section, or maybe they took that out.
I think they took it out.
This area is lousy with falconers and such. And you know what? I'm going to be back that way in a while. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave off here. Gonna just head through the misty forest. Now, here there are definitely invisible enemies here that are just waiting for a backstab. And I've had it happen before where I'm standing in the supposed safe zone and they've come in, so just be careful. Now, if you just hug the left wall, you will quickly get over to this section here. I'm just going to keep an eye out to make sure nobody's following. What really screws it up is those, player phantoms running around, too, because that's exactly what the hidden enemies look like. So let's talk to this guy. And at first I had no idea what the hell I was looking at. I just thought it's a lump on a rock, but no, it's a mask. Bengarl. Yeah, Bengarl. Let's exhaust his dialogue. Just because he does sell some actual decent stuff. First I'm going to learn the decapitate gesture, which is awesome. Here, yep, and here you can buy a second greatsword if you want to dual wield it. I'm not that awesome yet, although I have been known to do it. Unlimited gold pine resin, which is very nice, and the magic berry if you want. Yes, be silent. And I'm going to go ahead and replace one of my emotes. Which emote don't I use? Prostration. It's a pussy maneuver.
Wave. I find wave quite useless because righty-ho is a nicer wave.
Fair enough. Well, I'll just put prostration. No prostration. I'll do Warcry there, and let's just do the decapitate gesture. You are dead. Fucker. Yes. Very badass. Check around back, you'll find a couple of decent things. Fire seeds are for upgrading your pyromancy flame. Very nice. Very useful. If you're into that sort of a thing. And here there's just a bloodstain. And in this corner, a little bit of a thing there. Just be careful, this is where shit starts to get really weird. Now there's another...
In regards...
Go ahead.
No, you first.
I was going to say, there is a treasure somewhere in this forest that is actually worth getting, the Chloranthy Ring +1, but you have to follow a fairly dangerous route to get to it, so I'm going to try to be cautious about things. In this case, you more or less hug the right. And as I'm hugging the right and trying not to get shivved, go ahead and say what you were going to say.
I was just saying, in regards to the power of the PlayStation 4 and what it could handle regards Dark Souls 3, remember, the consoles had Skyrim, The Witcher 3, Dark Souls 2, Bloodborne. It can handle the power. I wouldn't worry about that. It can handle a large game.
Fair enough, and it sounds like you just came back into clarity now, so that's good.
Oh, good.
Yep, now, don't immediately go for this chest. As you saw, I just took down one of the invisible Watcher guys, and there's another one right there. If you just go straight for the chest, you are totally going to get shanked. So, yeah, read the message. Be wary of stabbing in the back. Okay. I think I took care of the main... No, I see you.
Be very careful with these guys if you have a weapon with a narrow area of effect, because you can't lock onto them.
Yeah, it is an incredibly dangerous situation.
You want
Old
broad, sweeping strokes.
Old Sun Ring. I'm just inviting trouble. Old Sun Ring explodes at damage threshold, meaning that I can become a hazard to the enemies around me, which I'm not going to do that.
Try not to keep still, no matter how tough you are, because most of these enemies are equipped with daggers, and they will backstab you, and it probably will one-shot you.
It is going to be hard. They will hurt you badly. So I believe I'm following the right path here.
That's right.
But
One will chase you up here, so be careful.
Yep, and it's really hard to make them out in the mist, too, so... Yeah, I think I might be okay. I feel like, yeah, there he goes. Ah, good, I see your ass. Yeah, this moveset's working out better for me. Alright, good. More or less okay. The Chloranthy Ring +1, which I feel is a good enough thing to put on.
Yes, the ordinary Chloranthy Ring in this game is next to useless.
Yep. Let's see. Poise. I'm not actually too bad with Poise, so Chloranthy Ring +1. It's kind of a little bit further from useless, but not by a great deal still. A little bit of extra stamina regen is going to help on Heavy.
The Ring of Giants is useless, however, so don't ever equip that unless you've got nothing else.
Pretty much. So the remainder... Hello. I can get off 4 swings with this much stamina, so I'm doing alright. Yeah, what was I saying? This moveset's helping me out a lot more. It really is. So I'm hugging the right wall, although that's the wrong thing to do. Also, the trees with the faces, if you smack them, they'll give out a little roar, and that's going to attract some assholes. So just be careful. But this is the way out.
And if you do smack them, be careful, because if you overuse that, you will have a vision of your own impending death, so don't hit them too much.
Yep, now what makes Scholar of the First Sin a whole lot worse is these invisible soldiers are all up in this place. They are all up in it. Everywhere. Like this asshole right here, he's just sitting there chilling. You can't get a lock on him, and they are pretty damn tough. Like three shots with this improved sword, not to mention their little agile rolls there. So yeah, they've really stepped the place up here. Also, the curse jars. If you get near a curse jar, well, they curse you obviously, and there is one right up there. So I'm gonna get that one out of the way. So yeah. This place has become quite a bit more challenging. I'm gonna just take out whatever jars I can see, cursed or otherwise. Pretty sure there's a cursed jar back there. As you come up more, you are going to be ambushed by a bunch of fuckers, so just be careful here.
No, you're not. They took that out.
They did?
Mm-hmm. This is actually a slightly easier area now because all the lion guys don't converge on you immediately.
Oh, I gotcha. Except for this asshole, yeah, a lot of them are petrified. I'm wondering, is there anything good in this chest? Because I don't want to waste a friggin' branch.
I think... How many have you got? No,
One.
keep the branch for now because you need it for the key, don't you?
Yeah, I probably will. Okay. It's still pretty dangerous here, though, so don't get cocky. Yeah, there's one of these guys. I think this is kind of where there's a little bit of a mini ambush. Trying to do a backstab bait, it's not happening. These guys have incredible amounts of poise.
They also have incredible resistance to elemental effects, so don't use spells and don't use weapon buffs, just cold steel. They don't like it up them.
Yep. Alright, and I'm trying to be cautious because I felt a little bit of curse happening there. There you go, Goldilocks. Alright. The way that axe animates is just unnerving. Why would I unfreeze that guy? That would be silly.
I think it's meant to appeal to the OCD in you.
Weakness fatty. Haha. That's funny. Ooh, hello. He lifted off the ground a little bit, it felt like.
With these guys, you don't need to get completely behind them to backstab. The ideal way to do it is to circle right and just get somewhat behind the shield, and then the backstab animation will start.
Cool. Or you can, you know, do a little bit of damage to them. I'm probably going to pussy out a bit, just do one swing and then block kind of situation. Okay, so there are a couple of cursed jars. That one is a trap. And, yep, alright. You can walk around the outskirts of this area, but if you step on any of the wooden section, as you can see there,
watch out
falls
for
in.
Ghosts.
Yeah, there are going to be ghosties.
There are 2 or 3 in that area alone.
Yep. Hello. Ha! Me and my silly attempt to lock. Don't you know you can't lock onto ghosts? There we go. Perfect. Okay. We're doing alright.
Lock onto Ghosts and their bird junk.
Oh, shit. Just taking out all those things. Now, down there, I remember falling in that hole right there, and just, I almost got wrecked, and then I just ran right through the acid pools, and it's just a mess. Don't do it. Now, let's see. Message here. Do it and short quite something ahead. Actually, no. If you unfreeze this guy, it's just another fragrant branch.
And a lion mage outfit, which I can't imagine anyone would want.
You never know. Some people enjoy that sort of thing. Alright, so yeah, there's some good stuff down in that hole, but there's a better way to approach the hole, namely this right here. And if you go down here, you see Dark Grandpa.
Look how far this undead has
Look
wandered.
how far the undead. I'm not gonna read. But this is another point where you can enter the abyss. Which I don't think I've ever done.
It's hard to describe. It's like the Tomb of Giants and an Orlando PvP zone all rolled into one.
Which both are terrible things.
Terrifying things at the very least.
Absolutely. Faint stone. I understand that's pretty useless. Oop, hello. Get rid of jar. Thank you. Now we're coming out here because there is an important item to be gained off of one of the statues, at least as I recall it. This guy right here is not at all grateful for you reviving him. Yeah, just not giving him the chance. And you get the Fang key, which that unlocks the door to Ornifex. Ornifex being another smith. Look at this witchy poo right here. That is nice. Oh, and there's all sorts of Sunbro signs all over the place. Neat. Okay, so now that I've made the area a safer place to live in, going to try and gather up a wee bit of treasure. Are you shitting me? God. Platforming in this kind of game. Hello, lounging ghost bro. Day 460 million in the ghost woods. I saw a living person. He came and killed me. What a dick. Alright. Onward and upward. Now, it's at about this point that I would think of going in back to Shalquar, because you do get a semi-important item from her, the Ring of Whispers, which lets you speak to monsters. And there is a monster in here to speak to. Let me kill this thing, except no. Yep,
Oh,
cursed.
shit.
Oh, shit.
You got cursed.
Wow, this guy is all about the Benjamins there. Yeah, I got cursed, and cursing basically is an instant, level of being undead. So, yeah, that's a bit of a pain in the ass. Ooh, nice. I like that. That's a good move.
That's pretty cool.
Alright, ally ahead. It's either letting you know, be wary of attacking or bloody expensive. Now, this is also an area with a crystal lizard, which, if you're very delicate about it, you can smash its brains in. Got chunks, that's good. Just a little bit of good stuff up around here. There you got Tark. Just Tark.
Can't speak to him without the Bow Chicka Wow Wow ring.
Yeah. Dark Scythe, pretty, misleading name for a weapon, I think, because that is most certainly not a scythe, is it?
It's kind of like a bill.
Nice moveset.
It's like a bill hook, which is something that English men-at-arms would use to pull French knights out of the saddle.
Well, there you go. Alright, so I don't have the Ring of Whispers, and you can befriend Tark, and what is it that he sells that's useful? Or that he gives you if you talk to him enough?
He gives you a soldier's ring that increases your quip load.
Oh yeah, that would probably be very helpful. Okay. Let me go ahead then, and I'll respawn the forest. And I think I've got enough to buy the Ring of Whispers. Oh wait, can't go that way. I think I've got enough to purchase the Ring of Whispers from not Alvina, so let's go grab that.
I'm sure you have.
Now, I believe if you try to go further in his pit area there, it does kind of require you to have another fragrant branch, and I'm not down with that. Fragrant branches are bloody hard to find.
I miss Alvina.
Oh, she misses you too, but then she doesn't tell you how nice you smell.
She was funny, though. Like, you couldn't understand a word of what she was on about. Like, dost thou do what thou hast come to do, from which thou comes to do what thou must does?
Taoist. Sure.
Yes or no?
Yeah, she
yes
was...
or no, and if you answer wrong, I will never speak to you again.
Absolutely. Of course, Alvina, she would get really pissed off at you if you tried to go for the wood grain ring. Shelpor, don't pretend you don't know me. Alright, let's buy the Ring of Whispers. Goody, goody, goody gumdrops. Ring of the Evil Eye. Absorb... No, that's stupid.
I'll be around.
Alright, so now that I got the Ring of Whispers, let's go talk to Tark. Although I do have a few more... I might have a couple chunks to upgrade my sword. So let's just see if that can be done.
Upgrade sword still looks like it's about to fall apart.
Yep. Alright, I got it up to level 8, which is neat. I only need 2 more chunks and then I'll have it at level 9 and it will be a better weapon. Good times. Just, yeah, it is really pitted and destroyed and disgusting. It'd be nice if they would just give us a nice clean game for once, where everything's proper shiny.
It would sort of go against the faded beauty aesthetic of the Souls game.
They don't have to do it in a Souls game. They can make, like, a game that's, like, clean Souls.
Well, they made Tenchu.
I never played that. What's it like?
Tenchu's great. It's a shame you can't get it on the PC. It's like Metal Gear Solid in ancient Japan.
Oh.
Like, whenever people say they want an Assassin's Creed game set in medieval Japan, I just go, buy a Tenchu game. Jesus.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Cut that shit out.
Support it.
I'd settle for a Fallout game set in London. That would be sweet.
Yeah, I guess. But what angle would you have? I mean, all our nuclear weapons are up in Scotland, so that's where they'd all be aimed.
So, well, I mean, shit. if they all came from Scotland. I don't know.
Not unthinkable, especially at the moment.
Yeah, they're a little bit salty despite the referendum. I mean, that was close. That was pretty damn close.
The fact is, because it was close, half the country's had its dreams crushed. So a close race is never what you want.
No, no. Then again, what would an independent Scotland really do? I'll be honest. You got greater strength in numbers. That's the thing. Being an independent nation is great and all, but if you don't have the infrastructure and the agriculture set up to actually support yourself, what good is it? I mean, can Scottish people nowadays truly survive on what Scotland alone can produce or trade for?
Yeah, I think so. If they want independence, they should get it. If as long as enough people want it. I mean, we want to leave the EU. I mean, in general, people in England do. So it'd be hypocritical for me to say Scotland shouldn't leave the UK if they really want to.
Fair enough. All right, the Ring of Whispers, which I'm glad I've got my volume down because it growls and groans when enemies are nearby as well, and that's annoying. So let's talk to Tark.
Are we?
Tark's got good stuff to say.
This is no place for you. Be gone.
Just told me to fuck off.
Are you not afraid of me?
Whoa!
What'd you do that for?
I dropped my e-cig and it just tapped my right trigger. He doesn't seem upset though.
You're not afraid
Smoking
of
is bad
me.
for you.
It's,
Clearly.
Really come
it's
here.
vaping. He doesn't seem to mind that I hit him once.
Turn back when they. But you.
I did make an attempt on your life, but I stopped.
We once.
It was an accident.
It was.
Yeah, in Dark Souls 2, it seems to be the amount of hits you give before they turn hostile rather than a percentage of the health bar.
Yep.
The only one.
So he talks about his waifu, the Scorpioness Najka,
I will be.
and basically that's pretty much it. You can summon him for help in the fight. Interesting thing to note, when you're fighting Najka, she's got two gigantic fucking tails, but her claws are pretty puny, and this guy is the exact opposite. Tiny little pissant tail, but two giant claws. So I always thought that was an interesting thing.
My name.
Hmm.
Now, Tark is not going to do a great deal for you if you talk to him here. It's not until after Scorpioness Najka is taken care of that he gives you the treasure. So, I'm going to take off the ring of fucking growls and groans, put back on my Chloranthy ring, which... The Chloranthy just kind of sounds like special kind of cleaner, doesn't it?
It does a bit.
Like,
I suppose it must be short for chlorophyll or something.
well, chlorine. Chlorine is...
By the way, Tark doesn't give you the soldier's ring until after you defeat the Duke's Deer Freya.
Oh, is that right? Huh. Fair enough. Oh wait, I'm missing some stuff.
I think he gives you something now for defeating his wife, but not much.
Not much indeed. Alright, so there's a little bit of loot up on these towers here. Can be worth getting.
And a guy, so be careful. Oh, he's not there.
Nope. No guy here. And then I
Maybe you
just
didn't
drop into
exist
this
his
one.
dialogue in the woods.
Well, I didn't see him in the woods, so yeah.
Creighton, he should be up there, but he's not, so...
Not interested in Creighton and Peyton and all that. Alright, so because I am cursed, then
Why are you hating on Creighton?
So because I'm cursed, then I want to uncurse myself. And I'll go ahead and bring Tark along for this battle. Man-Scorpion Tark, which a lot of folks have likened him to, Black Iron Tarkus. I don't see the resemblance.
He's nowhere near as powerful either.
No, Tarkus, he impregnates everyone. I am having his baby right now.
Through his eyes.
Yes. Which, it was so powerful he had to put on a helmet, and it's still pretty bad. There is a naked lady in the sand, and then when you hit her or get close enough, she turns into this. But yeah, as you can see, the giant tails with the puny claws.
I saw a comic once where Cyclops from the X-Men shot out a beam that made everyone pregnant if it touched them rather than the lasers.
That's fantastic. Oh god, she's gonna do a thing. Alright, I'm good. Now, I remember in, like, the original iteration, she would completely waste him.
Yeah.
Now he lasts a bit longer.
I think the original iteration, someone was having problems at home who had programmed the fight.
Nice. It's always great when the developers take out those little personal touches. And now she has submerged. Now you are generally safe if you stand on this rocky bit here, but just be careful because when she does come up, she can still screw you up a little bit, just not as badly.
If you get her to come up underneath that tree over there, you can get the item, but it's not worth it. It's only a flame butterfly.
It's really not worth it at all. I'm kind of baiting her to do the tail slam thing, because you can actually cut her tails off.
Which is very satisfying.
Yep. Although she may die before that happens.
Which is heartbreaking.
Isn't it, though? I mean, she's not as sexy as Quelaag. Nowhere near. Wow, that's a lot. Oh god, that hurt. Bitch. Be dead. And Man Scorpion Tark survived. We got the soul of Scorpioness Najka. Wonderful. So I'm going to forge ahead here a little bit. Gonna go ahead and get the bonfire, because in a minute we will be reunited with an old friend. Except there's still a little bit of danger in between here and there, so be cautious.
An old friend. Is it Lucatiel?
No.
I'm not interested then.
But it's Poison Arrow Giver. That's cool. Now, in this room, they haven't changed this even a little bit. There's a giant mastodon, and then there's a dude up there. The mastodons are simple as shit to kill, but they do pack an amazing punch, so be careful of that. There we go. Rusted mastodon leggings. And if you're not being very cautious, you can get this guy to start coming forth. He is not interested in wheeling and dealing. But these guys are stupidly easy to backstab, so yeah. Go ahead in and do the fire, and past here with the rat face, you can do the Doors of Pharos if you so desire. I'm not going to. I never have done that, actually. I've never found a need to do that.
Well, there's a boss in there, so it's for completionists, and Santier's spear's in there.
And neither of which I'm really interested in. It's a massive PvP area, and that's pretty much #1 reason I'm staying out of there. I am going to avoid PvP as much as possible.
I find it's not that popular as a PvP area because it's too big.
You'd think it would be a playground, then.
No, because if you are hunting someone in there, the chances you'll be there for ages trying to find them.
Yep. Revenge, Visions of Wheel, and then Exchange. Yes.
The other rat area is more popular for that.
Isn't it? Make deal with Goblin? Hell yeah. First off, let me start selling some shit. Parrying Dagger. I don't need the Fire Longsword anymore. I can start selling the stuff I'm not going to be using. Black Knight Greatsword would be nice, but I'm not about to put the stats into it, so I'll just stick with good old Ultra Greatsword that I got. Sell, sell, sell. The Magic Mace had its part. Dragon Tooth is really cool, but, you know, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be using it. Spooky Stick I will keep forever. I'll hang on to the Pyromancy Flame just for no reason. And get rid of a few shields. I don't like the Porcine Shield. I have no idea what it's for.
For those who want a pig on their shield, obviously.
Well, you darn taught me, didn't you? The Elite Knight Kit. That would be cool to start wearing, actually. But no, not just yet. I've got about a bazillion Alon Knight everythings. So I'll sell everything but one of each. Because the Elon Knight set is actually pretty darn good. Gauntlets, gauntlets, oh my god, all the gauntlets. That's what wearing the gold serpent ring in the keep gives you. Brave Warden mask I'm not going to wear. I'm going to hang on to my Falcon armor just because. Drang Lake Mail has basically, it's served its purpose that it was going to in this game by this point, so not doing that. I'll get rid of this, and I'll get rid of this, and I'll get rid of this, and I'll keep the rest. Yeah. Okay, so buy. Obviously, gonna buy out all the poison arrows I can manage, which is gonna pretty much empty me. But, it's a satisfying emptiness. Yes, poison arrows are life's blood to me. And now that I've got that going on, and yes, I did just burn all my souls, all of the souls I could have used to level up any of my gear on poison arrows. Now that I've done that, let's go take care of some old business.
More poison arrows than you will ever use.
Oh, you don't. You underestimate the amount of poison arrows I'm likely to use. Alright, Tower of Flame. No, that's a terrible idea. I'm going to start off from here. Because there is something I want to take care of right here and now. No. Wow, there's still somebody here of decent enough level to summon. Somebody really doesn't get this game.
Kind of a PvP area.
Wow, I have really upgraded. I am two-shotting those guys. And now the Solaires are getting uppity.
These do drop their equipment, but the drop rate is absurdly low. I cleaned them out, and all I got was a pair of gloves and about 4 swords. So bring every item drop enhancement device with you possibly can if you want to farm their gear.
Absolutely. And be prepared to use up some bonfire aesthetics if that's what you're into. Alright, so here's the problem that I was facing. It's that motherfucker up there. And he's pretty damn near impossible to hit from down here, so I'm just going to kind of move myself up a little bit more. If Haid Knights see you, they will come for you. They are extremely aggressive.
Yeah, they've got quite a large aggro range.
And they are pissed off that you've taken their tower. So, yeah. I don't think it's possible for me at this point to hit the dragon from this vantage point, so... This guy, actually, I could leave him be, probably. Hello? Are you going to? No. Ooh, impressive knockback on that shield shit, though. Impressive. Alright, might be able to hit this guy now. Too bad I can't zoom in. No, you don't really hit him from this angle.
I have found that the closest I could hit him was just past this this room.
Yep, that's about where I've done it, and you're not entirely safe that way either.
No.
But you got a pretty good chance if you're halfway awake. You do not need to be here. Oh my god. Oh, and that's probably a bad decision right there, because now these guys are awake. Okay. Alright, tactical retreat.
He's coming for you.
Good, let him. He doesn't have infinite poise. Alright, so I think if you give these guys enough time, they will get bored of you.
No, they won't.
Oh, well then. Let me just try to take them on my own terms then. Whoop, 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 whoop. Peace. They'll be back, I know. But they don't move incredibly fast, and this is a better area for me to be fighting them. You really gotta be careful about the Haid Knights. They are no joke. And there's one coming now. Oh my god. Oof. Ugh. I'm withstandinating. Okay. Is he coming? Does he just pace up and down the steps?
He might come. They've got a very erratic path.
All right, I'm just gonna deal with this. No? Okay. I'll dip. That's fine. All right, just take another chug here. A little bit of baiting that has to happen here. Oh, or not. Oh, I see what it is. Well, if I can get away with this shit... Yeah, I'll take that. Because you do not want to take on the Pt9s when they're coupled with other people. There is some massive synergy going on there. Palestone, also not very good. Just watching out, just watching out. This guy wants a piece of me. Yep, certain limited amount of stamina. But don't think just because his back is turned that he doesn't have a plan. These guys are very unpredictable.
Absolutely.
Divine Blessing is possibly useful. I saw a summon sign over here. What the hell for? Devotee Scarlet? What? Is she a thing?
Yeah, she's an NPC.
Wow, neat. Alright, alright, alright. So, now that I'm close enough to the dragon...
You might want to heal. Oh well, too late.
And I think it's 4 to poison him? Yeah. And yeah, he does drop some fire on you, but you can outrun that shit. And just basically hang back until he's done dying. And poison works a lot quicker in this game than it did in Dark Souls 1. He is already down, you know, to 1/4 health. Should be able to hit him from this angle. No. I think if you get close enough to be able to hit him, he's close enough to start shooting at you again. Nope. Ah, got him. What are you doing, dragon? Whoop. Missed me. Just trying to move up a little bit closer to him. Yep, got him. Alright, cool. This is how I plays. Yep, and he dies just after he gets his arrow, or gets his fireball out, so that's cool. Alright, let's go ahead and summon Devotee Scarlet for this, because I like a person named Scarlet. She sounds like she'd be hot. Ooh, look at your belly button there, honey. Nice. She's a bit of a swashbuckler, isn't she?
Looks like a cleric to me.
Well, she's showing her navel. Usually you don't show your navel unless you got a little bit of, you know, a little bit of the dark in you. She's pretty quick on the draw. Definitely give her that. Oh, and she chugs too. Nice. Alright. I think we all know where this is going. First off, watch Dragon Parma, which you got me that, I believe. Didn't end up using it, but thanks for it anyways. And then this big impressive thing, which you think it's gonna fall on you, but it doesn't quite. And the chains are creaking, that's nice. Alright, so we're about to take on a blast from the past. Let's kit ourselves up. Human Effigy, 5 of them, good. Old Radiant Life Gem, and I'm surprised I don't see anybody else's signs around here. That's sad. Usually everybody's on board for this fight. rotten pine resin. Bleh. I'll put on some dark resin, even though that's probably a stupid idea. Let's fight us a boss. Got my Mace Windu uber-sized lightsaber. And who is it? It's the old Dragon Slayer, aka Pornstein. And he's not exactly incredibly difficult, but don't underestimate Senpai either, because he can still wreck you if you're not careful. Scarlet's pretty good at getting aggro. I'll give her that. He does not seem to give a shit about me. As a matter of fact... Oh my god. Bye.
Hardest fight in the game.
That's fantastic. Old Leo ring. Now, if anybody from Dank Souls 1 remembers, the Leo ring is great for piercing weapons. More or less this is the same. Helps a bit. Alright, so having done that, come to claim my reward and ignore this bastard. Which I think I remember killing him for you at one point, or doing something.
Well, I think I might have wanted his armor at some point.
Ah, probably. I have no interest in this guy. But I do have interest in the tower shield. Oh, let's see how much it's going to destroy me. Look at this big bastard here. Not actually that bad, all things considered. Yeah, all things considered. It's pretty good.
Not terrible.
Gonna be putting some VIT on there in a second, so yeah. Alright, cool. So I've got the tower shield, and this thing is... It's pretty much the best, shield as far as stopping damage in the game. The Pursuer, when he swings against this thing, it just points off. It's really a tough-ass shield, and I love it. So let's go back to Majuju. I've got some stuff I want to take care of here. And let's see, do I have anything to burn? Just human effigies. Which I believe human effigies, don't they turn off PvP for the area? Sorta, kinda?
They can lower the chance of you being invaded, but they also lower the chance of you seeing soul summoning signs as well.
Yeah, it basically kind of tightens in your radius there, so might be worth using before the gargoyles, although I doubt it. But yeah, because the gargoyles, that has its whole other level of challenge that you have to deal with. Just gonna add 2 more VIT there. And check out my weight. I'm at 69. Yeah, it's a fast roll. So yeah, look at me with my powerful ass. I'm badass. And I think that's a good place to cut it. We got some shit taken care of. We got Ornstein, his soul is laid to rest, I suppose. And we got through probably one of the nastier sections of the game with a little bit more designed to chew up and spit out the new player there. So
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Probably not the most exciting episode, but very functional.
Yeah, I don't think we have exciting episodes as such. I got all the poison arrows I'm going to need for the rest of the game, knock wood. But I also got my blessed tower shield, which that does look pretty cool. I mean, just the big old sun face on it. Alright, so want to remind everybody to please leave a like on my video and subscribe if you haven't already. Once again, my name is Alex, also known as Solemnus Dracone, and with me, as always, Alexander the Limey Whimsy. Goodbye, Whimsy.
Take care.
Peace, everybody.